Welcome back, guys. This is the Painting Bookie, and this is Warhammer Imperium episode 14. Or vlog episode 14, at least. Yeah, so in this episode, we're going to be looking at issue 14. And in issue 14 we get our first terrain pieces. So this is the one of these, I think they come in the box comes like with 3 of them, of these sprues. So this is our first sprue, and it's an armor container, some kind of barrels and stuff like that. I've already got some of these from the Conquest and painted and everything. And I might paint one of them as normal. I'm not sure it's going to be this one or not. Probably not, because I'm going to do something special with it. Anyways. Let's get down to business. This issue we'll be looking at the IMPERIUM armour container for our battle records. We'll look at what they're used for, and we'll kind of probably see what arms are going to be used for. In terms of lore, we're going to look at the Elder, or Alderi, as they're now called. Used to be Elder a long time ago. We'll build the IMPERIUM and paint it. We'll follow the guide for the building or somewhat, and then we'll kind of deviate, but that will be for another video. With the painting, I'm not going to go with the painting of the guide. I've already got some IMPERIUM containers that I have painted like the Conquest said, so for these ones I'm doing a slightly different thing, and though that will be in a different video. So stay tuned, because yes, this will be, these 2 parts will be set. I'll kind of add them in this video, just as a kind of sneak peek per se, but I'll do a proper video of these 2, how I did it in a later video. And then we'll look at terrain rules on our playthrough mission 14. IMPERIUM armoured container filled with valuable cargo. IMPERIUM armoured containers can be found across the Imperium of mankind. They are used to transport and store valuable cargo and equipment throughout the Emperor's realm. IMPERIUM armoured container from me. So we have a storm bolter, so they're equipped with storm bolter. I think in the rules we can use them. They are light, so these lights glow, so it's not light, they have lights. So the lights glow red when the container is locked and flash when its armoured exterior has been breached. Interesting. That is something to keep in mind when painting it, actually. If you do kind of weird things. You have access panel, obviously, it's access. And then we have some ammunition crates and Promethean barrels. We all know what that is for. We also learned about the standard template construct. So these are SDCs. Those are those kind of were part of so Imperial constructs, and they were part of an Age of Darkness or Strife, something like that, of kind of an evolution. And they had loads of them, and then they kind of disappeared. At some point, I can't remember well the story, and only a few survived. So, for example, the Dark Angels have certain land speeders and vehicles that they are the only ones that have STC for, and the admins, Silent Core is a bit annoyed about that. And all. There's many Imperial constructs, including cargo containers, are created by STCs, which are ancient computer systems. They are standardized across the galaxy, allowing starships and ports to transport, unload, and store them without any logistical problems. The cargo that can be anything from lifeblood, food, weapons, ammunition, and soda, and the obviously kind of lifeblood of the Imperium. Okay. Using the boxes in charts below, customize your containers by recording their number, contents, and shipment name. Here we kind of give our container number, and we'll give it a shipment cargo. So, shipment cargo will be from here, but the container number will use some dice. So, I am going to put the dice, and in the order that they go will be the shipment container. Why, you ask? Because, why not? I couldn't be asked thinking of the number, putting 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, and all that. So, let's randomize it. Why not? Okay, so, we're going to go like that. Okay, so this is going to be first numbers, and these are going to be the next numbers. Alright, so our numbers are 346/5416. For the other two, I'll be doing the same. Why not? And I will probably add these numbers to the container. I'll print them on, or I'll use something. I don't know. I'll put the numbers into each container. So we have a little bit. Okay, so shipment cargo for containing 3465416 is Auspex scanners. Anyways, let's move on to lore. So in the lore we are learning about Alderi, a dying race. The Alderi have been in a long, slow decline since the cataclysmic event they refer to as the Fall. Despite their reduced numbers, however, the Alderi's grasp of psychic powers, highly advanced technology, and determination to survive make them incredibly deadly enemies. So we have a report here, an inquisitorial report for the Alderi, and it's Inquisitor Gallius Shan, where we are talking about the Alderi, and once the Alderi ruled the stars, possessing a vast empire that spanned the galaxy, the Fall shattered the Alderi empire, leaving few survivors, and how they kind of go into kind of craft world. Get interrogation subjects, so it's about kind of this is part is the kind of the Imperium or the Inquisitor has got an subject, another subject, and they're interrogating to find out their culture and their technology. So the captured Alderi subject has proven resistant to torture and psychic intrusion. Despite my best efforts, interrogation has revealed only fragments of information. The origins of the Alderi. When in question on the origins of the Alderi, the subject spoke only of myth and legend. And the webway, the subject spoke of the webway, a nether realm beyond the reach of mankind that allows the Alderi to traverse the stars. So, yeah, so we learn, so basically, it's telling the story of how it's interrogating for information, asking for about their origins, about their myth and legend. So we already know that Alderi and Necrons had a fight, because Alderi kind of, the old ones, we're looking at the old ones, and Necrons didn't like that, and they went for the Satanus, all that. And then the webway, it basically is the Alderi version of the warp, but less chaotic and less dangerous, I think it is. Well, that's my opinion. And then, and obviously, we also learn about craft worlds. So the subject hails from Craftworld Mimer. When questioned on his home, the subject proved unwilling to divulge much information. He spoke of Colossal's world ship crafted from psychically attuned material known as Wraithbone and populated by several beings of his kin. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's all about Alderi, kind of the account of Inquisitor and his interrogation of his prisoner. Okay. We'll now go into the building stage, and as I said, this is going to be a bit of a sneak peek onto a different video on how I've done the monitoring container, what I've done to the monitoring container, and how I can do it. Okay. So let's get to it. These are the final products. final pieces. As you can see, it went from something like this to something like that. So we got the kind of ammunitions, the Prometheum containers, and the armored container. And what I'll do is I'll go zoom in and we'll look at each piece individually. Okay, as you can see, basically I've destroyed the armored container and make it as if it were some sort of kind of missile kind of hit. And I used various materials and various tools to do it, and obviously to added a bit the number. Don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we can see. There we go. I've added the container number there. For the armored containers, the same. I just kind of used the same base for all of them, plastic card. It's nice substrate and it's quite hard, and just basically glued the monetary container side. Plus the other thing as well, with plastic card you can use your Tamiya cement or plastic glue. Okay, so yeah, I glued them together, glued all the bunch into a little bunch, and then added some sand. Added again using the same techniques, and again this will be put in a separate video together with the armored container. Okay. There we go. Okay, and the last one, these are the Prometheum barrels. So like the armored container, these still need kind of a few final details that I want to do, new techniques that I've kind of found out, well, techniques or things that effects I want to add. So that still needs to be done. In terms of the kind of ammunition container, those are done. I'm not going to do anything else with those, but with these and the monetary container will do. So again, I used the plastic card and some, I don't know if you can see it, it's got a bit of DAS clay on it, and then I magnetized them, so they are magnetized, so you can swap them around and all that. Secure the supply drop. Imperial reinforcements have entered orbit around Megaria and begun dropping ammunition and supplies. The Space Marines must secure these supplies before the Necrons destroy them. Mission briefings. A squad of assault intercessors, the Indomitable Blades, is tasked with securing a stray supply drop. An Imperial cargo lifter has been dispatched to assist in recovering the container. The Space Marines must contend with 2 units of Necron warriors if they are to achieve their objectives. The Necron Royal Warden, Enetek Amenak, has dispatched 2 units of Necron warriors from the Unbreakable Spearhead Phalanx to seize and destroy an Ultramarine supply drop. They must reach the top of the container and prevent the Ultramarines from activating its magnetic docking clamp. An Imperial cargo lifter is inbound to recover a stray supply. The assault intercessors from Squad Codex, led by Brother Sergeant Ionix Codex, must drive back the Necron warriors, reach the top of the Minotaurium armored container, and activate the docking clamp in order to secure the precious cargo. This will be the first issue we see terrain, so we see some proper rules in terms of for terrain. Okay, so I think as in Conquest we did get a sheet of rules with it, so that would be kind of core rules. Okay, so that's what I mean about this. It's not just your learning movement, shooting, all that. Okay, so with terrain rules, it kind of changes how we do things. So for moving over terrain, the model can be moved vertically in order to climb up, down, and over terrain. Counter this vertical distance as part of their move. So models cannot finish any kind of move mid-climb. If it is not possible to end the move as a result, that move cannot be made. In no vertical distance for terrain, that is 1 inch or less. So for things like Prometheum barrels and stuff like that, it's not, because it's 1 inch or less. And with the multiple move, so it's A plus B plus C. So if you don't have enough to kind of clear B, then you can't. You have to finish it at the bottom. In terms of coherency, there's a 2 inch horizontal and then 5 inch vertically that has to end at the top of your model. Okay, so yeah, so it has to be within 2 and 5, horizontal 2 and 5. With engagement, the same. Has to be within 1 inch horizontal and 5 inch vertically for it to be able to be in engagement when attacking. For shooting, we have something similar. For shooting, we have visibility and shooting. So visibility, again, you kind of look through. If you can see, whatever model can see can shoot. Models that cannot within a shooting unit can't shoot. So the intentions are only visible by one of the Necron warriors, so you can only target one. Only one of them can shoot. So a model must be able to see an enemy model in a unit in order to shoot at that unit. If unsure, get a look from behind the shooting model to see if any part of the model in the target unit is visible. A model can see through other models in its own unit. So yeah, so within a unit, those that can see the unit can shoot. Those that can't shoot for those reasons. We have our assault intercessors versus some Necron warriors. Our Necron warriors, over here we have them with Gauss Flayers, and over here we have them with Gauss Reapers. Assault intercessors, they have all chainswords and heavy bolt pistols, except for our sergeant who has a plasma pistol. The aim of the mission is to secure this supply drop before secure it while we wait for our supply ship to take it away. And we've got to do that in 3 turns. That's for the Space Marines. The Necrons need to avoid that. They need to kind of stop the Space Marines from doing that. So how do we do it? Basically, at the end of turn 3, whoever has more models on the container, on top of it, then wins the game. Okay, so without further ado, let's go and start our first turn. Turn 1, I've added a little marker to indicate that it's our objective, and it's turn 1 Necron players. Gauss Flayers are rapid fire, and the Reapers are assault. So I can move and advance and then shoot with a -1 penalty. So I'm going to do the same thing as it says in the magazine. I'm going to move and advance these Reapers. So that is 1 dice. So how much advancement? It's 3. Okay, so and their movement is 5 inches, so that is 8 inches. I could only put 2 on top of the Monitorium armor container as such, and then I've left 2 behind cover and 1 exposed, so I have like these 3 shots for them. And now I'm going to move these, which is 5-inch warriors with flayers behind the barrels here, and it's shooting kind of left him in cover. So okay, so they can't do absolutely gobshite, but they can, and they are within half the distance, the range. So that is, because they're rapid fire, that means they get 2 dice each, so that is 10 dice. They're hitting on 3 plus 3 ups, and 7 hits, and it's wounds, so we're looking at 4 ups for the wounds. Only 3 go through, and that is AP -1, so we're looking at 4 up saves for the Space Marines. Whoa, 3, so that is 3 damage, so it's 1 damage each, so 1 of them goes, so I'm going to take him out, and 1 of them has 1 wound left. So charge, we need the 6. Yes, I think we have done it. We've within engagement range and due to pile up, so we are able to get them in. That is 5 attacks for the Necrons, hitting on 3 plus. 3 go through, and we're looking at 4 ups. 2 wounds. So no AP, so it's 3 plus, and they get saved. Assault intercessors turn to go, and that is 13 attacks, 2 base plus 1 for the chainsword, and then there's 3 for the sergeant plus 1, so that makes 13 attacks, hitting on 3 ups. 11 goes through, and we are looking at strength 4 versus toughness 4, 4 ups. 6 saves for the Necrons, -1 AP, and that is 5 ups. 1 gets saved, and that is 5 go through. 5 go through at 1 damage each, so that is 5. Necrons have 1 wound, so that is all 5 are out. I can do a consolidation move, and I am going to consolidate over to them. So it's a 3-inch consolidation move. So I'm going to move him there. It is Space Marines turn 1. Going into movement phase, and we've got 6-inch. So we've moved 6 inches our assault intercessors, and we are going to shoot with them. So we have 4 shots back. No, well, we'll do the plasma pistol first. Not going to supercharge it. So hitting on 3 goes through. Strength 7 versus toughness 4, so that is 3+, and goes through. AP minus 3, so it's 7 and they're dead. Yeah, one of them, one Necron is dead. So obviously I'm going to be shooting at what are the ones that are at the top. Now we are going with our heavy pistols, 3 ups to hit, nothing goes through. Okay, get our charges through. Okay, 12, yes. Okay. 13 attacks at 3 ups. Oof. Okay, not bad. Just over half. We're looking at strength 4 versus toughness 4, so we're looking at 4 ups. Okay, 5 wounds at -1. 5 ups. 4 dead Necrons. I'm gonna go for him. For him and for him, and I'm just going to consolidate here. Necron Warriors turn, and that is 1 attack at 3+. Fails. Necrons turn 2. Yeah, they can only fight. So 3 ups. Goes through, and that is strength 4, toughness 4, 4 ups. Yay! Space Marines attack, and that is 13. 13 attacks. Well, actually, no, it's not 13 attacks, is it? 10 attacks from the assault intercessors. We only have these 3 here in engagement range. So yeah, so they're in engagement range. So yeah. Okay, so 3 ups. Wounds, 6 hits go through, and we're looking at 4 ups. We're looking at 4 ups, 4 wounds. 4 wounds go, and that is 5 ups for the save. Ooh, only 1. Okay, so yeah, Necron is dead. Completely dead. My final thoughts on this issue. I enjoyed building and painting the terrain pieces. If you're just gonna build them as they are, like an armored container, and that kind of individual pieces for the barrels and for the crates, it's a bit boring. I've done that with the Conquest. I've got all of them separate into single containers, like this one here. Okay, so I did have this one open, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something different with these. I wanted to kind of immerse them more into what is the gameplay and the terrain. So I decided to do a bit of kit bashing, you could say, or terrain building. So I did have fun on that side. I did have fun painting them, applying new techniques. I did try and kind of my hand on OSL as well. Don't know how good it came out, but yeah, I'll take some pictures and you guys can tell me about them. So yeah, in that respect was good. So in terms of lore, we learned a bit more about the Eldari. It was short. It was quite short, this issue on terms of lore. I'm assuming because it was a lot of building. I mean, that took a long time, but I had to kind of I kind of converted all this. Okay, if you are building it normal, I don't think takes that long. Okay, and the battle report, well, that I am a bit disappointed. It went out
quite quick. I mean, 2 turns, Space Marines, it was so quite unfair because the Space Marines were dealing a lot of power there. I mean, they were kind of crushing the Necrons. I mean, yes, the last week's, so last issue, Necrons had the advantage. But I don't know. You know, if you've done it, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the battle rep. Let me know what you think about my whole videos. Okay. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Just to kind of keep it as short as possible this week. All right. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Share it with as many people as you can. Comment down below. Tell me if you like it, you didn't like it, what I can improve or not. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. As I said, until next time, I'm the Painted Wookie. Bye for now.